Hi guys, welcome to this third part of Angular 16 tutorial series. In this video, I will talk about the starting point of this tutorial series, which is the data, that how we can initialize different data using different variables and how we can show that data in our HTML files. If you have seen my previous couple of videos, I have explained you different folder structure, installation process, and a lot more stuff. So here in this component, I have explained you that we have this selector, which is loading from the main.ts file. We have this template URL, which is referring to the template file for this component, which is the app.component.html file. Then we have this styles. We won't be touching styles at the moment for few videos when I'll be building small projects or a big projects. During this tutorial series, I'll be using the SCSS, CSS, Bootstrap, or Angular material library for creating an awesome user interfaces for our applications. All right, first of all, again, this is the title, this is the variable, and it has this value one.introduction. On the right side is showing hello, and the value which is taking from this title variable, if I go to the HTML file, you can see that it is actually showing the hello, and then this double curly braces, it is actually writing the variable name which is added over here. And this process of showing the data from component into the HTML using these two curly braces is called interpolation. Okay, if someone asks you interpolation, you can actually explain the data binding, which is the one-way data binding, means that the value coming from the component to the HTML and show it in our user interface. All right, and as I explained you that we are using TypeScript. Currently you can see that we have this file with the extension .ts referring to the TypeScript have the built-in data types for the variables, for the return types of functions like arrays, integers, boolean, float, and a lot of other stuff. So this title, we can actually avoid naming different data types, but it's highly recommended to add the data types because we are using the TypeScript. So this is a string, and in order to add that data type to this variable of string, we can add the colon, and then we can write the string. Okay, it will not change anything in the UI. We have actually added the data type. It will help us avoid different errors, debug our code when we run into some kind of problems. Okay, so we have actually defined this variable, and this is how we can actually show it over here. This is called one-way data binding. Okay, so next let's talk about another kind of data binding. Let's say we have this string and we want to data bind different attributes of our elements, any HTML elements. Okay, so let me first define different variables in my component. So let's say we have this button colon, and then we have this data type string, and it will have my button, which is the text. Okay, so if I save it and if I go to my HTML file, I can actually show its value in my HTML. So let's say that I'm going to define the button. First of all, let's write the button, which is of type button, and then inside it I can use the interpolation like this, and it will show the button with the text on it, my button, and this text is coming from this variable. I hope that you have got the idea from these two variables. Let's now move further and do the attribute data binding, and inside it, let's say that we have a property or an attribute you can call. Let's say it is a disabled property. Okay, if you have learned HTML, you might have this understanding. On the right side, you can see that we have this button disabled. Okay, but how we can actually add this property using the variable which is added over here in this component. Okay, so here I'm going to add, let me comment this attribute binding, and I'm going to create a new variable disabled boolean equals to false. Okay, and it is actually showing that the button is not disabled currently, so I can actually bind this variable with its value to this disabled. So actually, we, in order to bind any attribute for any HTML element, we can wrap that particular property around these square brackets, and then I can write equals to, within the double quotes I can enter the name of that variable which I have created in that component. Okay, currently it is false, and this false is assigned to this disabled property, and then that's why it is enabled currently. If I make it true, it will become disabled. Now you can see that it is true. It means that its value is actually coming up from this component and added over here, so that's why it has become disabled from here. All right, and similar to the button, we can have other properties. So let's say that we have an image in our assets folder in our project structure, and we want to show that image in our image element of that HTML. So let me create an image, this one, and alt, I'm going to give it an empty. Let's give it a width of 100. Let's give it the height of 100, and then I can actually use the square brackets src, and I can actually write an equals to, and then I can actually add the angular image, which is the variable name which I just need to create in my component. Currently it will throw an error that the angular image is not exist in our component. We actually need to create this variable in our component. All right, so let's come here, and I'm going to create angular image. It is of type string because it will take the path to that image. Currently if I don't add any path and save, it will not show any error in my terminal, but it will not show the image as well because I have not given any path. You can add any image in your assets folder. I've added this angular 16.png image. If I click on it, you can see that this is the image which I'll be showing at this place. So let's add its path over here, so I can go one step up because I'm inside the app folder. I need to go one step up, and then I will be entering into the assets, and then I can write the angular 16.png. okay, and then its value will be fetched from here. If I save it, you will see that the image is visible because this has been added over here in the source attribute of this image element. So this is called attribute binding in Angular. We need to actually talk about the styles binding in Angular now. So let's talk about that. Styles binding means that we have the elements in our HTML and we want to change any of its internal property like the background color, colors, or any other properties, mainly the CSS properties actually. Okay, so I'm going to create few variables over here in my Angular, and I can name it background color, and it is of type string. Let's give it the blue background. Let's give the title color, it is of type string. Let's give the title color of white, and we can have the description property, and it is of type string, and we can have more than one properties to it. Let's say we can have the font size, which is equals to 30 pixels, colon, semicolon, and then we can have the color. Let's say we can provide it the light blue color. All right, so let's save this component. Currently we need to actually append and bind these property values in our HTML. Okay, so I'll open up the HTML, and here let's create few elements. First of all, I'm going to create a div, and I can write the square brackets, and I can use the style dot, and then I can write the background color, and then equals to the name of that variable, background color, bg color. All right, and now if I save it, it will not do anything because this is the container. I can actually write h2, and h2 is going to have the title property from that component, and then we can have the p tag, which is the description, which I've added in my component. All right, so how I'm referring this styles dot background color currently in here. So let's try to add some kind of content in my h2. So I'll be adding some stuff. So let's say the title, and it is the description. So let's save it. Now you can see that this rectangle is visible, and this background color is the property of this object style, and it is actually taking the value from the variable named bg color, and this BG color is containing the blue, and I can change it like the green from here. And if I save it, it will compile again automatically and it will become green. It's looking awesome. Now let's apply the same styles title color and the description in our HTML for this H2 and the P tags. Okay, so I can write the style dot color, and now if I need to actually give the variable name to it, so title color. Let's save it. Now you can see that the color have been changed, and similar to that, let's copy this from here, let's paste it. And the style, uh, since I've already given few styles from here, font size and the color, I can have the multiple styles. So for this particular case, I don't need to separately give it the property name to it. I can simply write the style. Okay, and I've actually given the title color to it, but this is the white, so the style not equal to white, so I can actually write the description from here over here, right? And if I save it, now you can see that its font size have been increased and its color have been changed to the light blue color. If you cannot see it properly, let's change it red. And if I save it, now you can see that its color is changed. Let's try to change its size, and its size have been increased. So this is how we can do the styles binding in Angular. It is quite helpful in various situations. You just need to understand the syntax, how things are working in Angular currently. There are one more thing for this video that I want to talk about, which is the event binding. So here you might have been creating functions in your JavaScript projects, vanilla JavaScripts. Then you should be able to know that how we can create different functions in our JavaScript. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is let's create a variable of type integer, of type number actually. So I'm going to create a new variable. I'm going to name it counter, and it is of type number, and initially I'm giving it 0. Okay, and I'm going to create a function. I don't need to write the function keyword, so I can write the increment counter, and inside it I can use this keyword. This will refer to all the variables which I've created in this particular component. So I can use this counter variable by writing this dot counter plus plus will increment it by 1. All right, and now in my HTML file I can actually go to here, and I can actually write the button, and then I can use these parentheses for the event binding. These are the keywords: click, hover, or change. We need to use these parentheses and add these event handlers, and inside it I can use the increment count function which I have created in my component. Okay, and let's give it some text to this button, and after this let's add and print the counter value after this using the interpolation, and this is the variable name which I have created. So let's save it. There is an error. What's the error? Increment count is not available, so it's actually increment counter here. Okay, let's save it now, and now you can see that we have this counter 0 visible because its initial value is 0, and we have this button. It will change its value. Now let's see if it changes. If I click on it, you can see that it's actually changing the value of it, and it's once value is getting changed, it's also getting reflected in our HTML through this event binding functions and event binding parentheses click event. And this is how we can call different functions using button click or the form selection or form submit or anything. We can hover over any element in this particular Angular project. Okay, one last quick thing I'm going to talk about is the class binding. Just like I have done this styles binding, I can simply do the class binding as well. So I'll come to my component quickly, and below this I'm going to create let's say a class binding here, and I'm going to create a red text of type boolean equals to false. Okay, this is the variable that I have created. Now in my HTML I'm gonna go and Let's add h2, and rather than actually writing the style keyword, I can use the class keyword over here. Okay, and then I can use the text color, uh, and then I can actually give it that red text variable name which I have created in my component, the TypeScript component. If I save it, you can see that it's currently showing the title. Okay, and this is actually showing the false. So actually this class binding is not about applying styles. It is used to actually hide a particular class or remove or add a particular class using this class binding technique. So it means that we need to have a CSS class to be created in our app.component.scss file, and in this one I can use the same class name, and I can use the color equals to red. Okay, and if I save it, uh, it's actually not changing its color. The reason is that we have actually given it the false. Let's change it to true, and if I save it, now you will see that it has become true. So it means that using this class binding technique, we can actually remove this class to be applied anything written into it, or apply this class using the boolean variables to it. All right, and we can also change, add different conditional statements inside it. So let's say that we have to let's remove it, and here rather than actually boolean, I can add the string, and I can write the yes keyword over here. And if it is yes, I'll be adding this class which is added in SCSS file, and if it is not, then I'll just be removing it. So red text, it is a string, so it is not a boolean, so it cannot be applied to it. So I can simply write equals to, if you know how if else works in JavaScript, you should be able to know equals to yes, then this class will be applied. If I save it, we need to add this. Now you can see that this red class is applied. Now if I change it to no from here, or from here in the variable, if I save it, now you will see that that class is not being applied over here. So we can have the different conditional statements. We can have and or operator, which I'll be talking about later. But in this video, we have actually talked about one way data binding, the attribute binding, styles binding, class binding, and the event binding. There is another kind of binding called the two-way data binding using the ng model directive. And I want to move it to the next video for this tutorial series, because along with that I want to talk about more stuff along with the ng models. So I hope that you have got an idea how the bindings work in Angular. If you have any question, comment below to this video. I will try to answer your question as soon as possible. If you have liked my video, if you have learned something, don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you get the notification for all upcoming videos. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in the next videos.